Hello everyone, I welcome you all on EduTap, and currently we are covering the schemes that are especially most important from the RBI examination point of view. But if I talk about in general, we cover all the schemes that are important from the examination point of view. And today we are going to discuss national pension system. Why? Because there are major changes that have been done under the particular scheme. We are going to look at the news as well, and these are big changes, I must tell you, and that is why we are going to discuss everything in today's session. But before starting, here's an announcement for all the aspirants who are preparing for central regulatory bodies. We have come up with one-stop solution guide to all the queries that you must be having regarding the organization you would want to join. For example, if you want to know about RBI, NABARD, SEBI, what is their role, what is their function in India's economy, what are the different departments, what is the role of a RBI Grade B manager, NABARD Grade A manager, SEBI Grade A manager, all the things you can find in these e-guidebooks along with the recruitment process. So how many phases are there, what is the pattern of each phase, what sorts of questions are asked, what is the syllabus, what is the cutoff, and not only that, even the eligibility criteria. So what is the age eligibility criteria, what is the education qualification that is required, everything has been comprehensively covered, so that you do not have any questions left and you can just start off with the preparation. So please do not miss the opportunity. You can download these e-guidebooks free of cost from the link that is provided in the description box below. Now let's start with the scheme. So see, there are four major changes or updates that are there in NPS. Okay, we are going to understand them one by one. First of all, new NPS withdrawal rules have been rolled out, and these are applicable from your 1st of April 2023. That is why this becomes important. Once we have understood the news, we will then again look at it and what are the changes also, that we will also look at them as well, so that you have more clarity. Another important update under this, and I've added the name of the source as well, because these are the authentic sources. Okay, second is guaranteed pension. So basically what happened, before this NPS system was rolled out, there was old pension system. Okay, so old pension system was replaced with the national pension system. But what happened then, and this particular scheme, it when it started, it focused on the government employees. Okay, so those government employees, when this new scheme was launched, so of course they were also now obligated under this particular scheme. So then they protested, because in OPS, old pension system, there were more benefits that were provided to them. So recently what government did, so courts and everything was involved, and recently government has given them one time opportunity to let them, if they want to switch to OPS, they can switch it. Okay, so that is why this scheme, it then again it was in news. Okay, then next is about the PFRDA allows some of the investors. So basically again what we'll do first, we will understand the scheme, because again this all these things, what is annuity, what is insurance company, what is multiple annuity, you might not able to get, but let's see. For now, there is also one PFRD has allowed some of the investor for multiple annuities. Okay, again we will look at news at the end of the session, it will give you more clarity. And another is about NPS withdrawal rule. So basically the time has been changed, means the once you apply for withdrawal, when you reach to a certain age, or even before that also, we will look at premature withdrawals and everything. In that time period, whenever you apply for withdrawal, it would take T plus 4 days. Means whenever you applied, then it would take usually 4 days for you to get back the money. But now that has been reduced to T plus 2, means in 2 days you will get the money. So these are very important 4 updates, can be part of your current development question in your examination. Okay, so we are going to look at, but before that, let's start with the basics. Let's understand the basic dimension. So the launch year of this particular scheme, it is 2004. So see, when this scheme was launched, it was 2004, and at that time it was just for the government employees. But then I'm sorry, in 2009 it was then open for all the citizens. So if talked about when the scheme was launched, 2004, but at that time only for the government employees. Then in 2009 it was open for everybody, every citizen of India. Okay, falls under the Ministry of Finance. Okay, and this, along with what we have observed in Atal Pension Yojana, this is also administered by PFRDA. Okay, because those both are for the pension, that is why PFRDA. Okay, Coming to the aim, so this is again with the same aim which we understood about APY. Okay, so what is it? That is to have a source of income once you reach the retirement age. Okay, so basically when you reach the retirement age, of course your body does not cooperate with you to work, and you need to do work to get money, right? So that is why to save at your working days, so that once you reach the retirement age, you have this source of income. Okay, and this will also help to inculcate the habit of savings, because government will also provide some benefit to the people who will be under national pension system. So to get these benefits, people will also submit some money, right? And this in future will also help them, the people, right? And they would not have to depend on anyone once they reach the pension age. Okay, beneficiaries are all, okay, any citizen of India, be it resident, be it NRI, be it an overseas citizen of India, all are part of this particular, they all can be part of the national pension system. Eligibility criteria समझते हैं. See, initially this if first we will talk about the age criteria. तो in APY we looked at, it was APY में कितना था? APY में था 18 to 40. I hope you remember, but here it is very high. Here it is 18 to 70. Initially it was 65, but then it was then raised to 70 years. ठीक है. Now this particular scheme initially when we talked about in 2004 when it was launched, ठीक है, तो at that so it since 2004, okay, with effect from 2004, all new employees, they automatically will come under NPS scheme only. But here is a condition that except for armed forces, so armed forces are not under NPS system, they have their separate system. ठीक है. So but anybody who is related to central government, all the new employees with effect on or after 1st January 2004, whenever they join the office, they are eligible, and they will be part of NPS. And but there is no such timeline that has been decided for state. Okay, for state it has been said that whatever be the notification that will be launched by the state government, only on that basis the it will be employed, that whoever be the employees of state government will they from when they will be part of NPS system. If I talk about in simple language, okay, all the new employees of the central government from 1st of January 2004, all these will be automatically under NPS. But in case of state, there is no specific timeline that has been assigned. It depends from state to state, whatever notification they will release, and on that whatever date they will mention, date and the year, from then only the employees will come under NPS automatically. ठीक है. Private sector employees and unorganized sector workers, they are also they can also be part of NPS. We have understood from 2009 it has been open for all. ठीक है. Now let's talk about some other key features, and first talk about the body that will act as a central record keeper. ठीक है. तो basically this particular body, which is National Security Depository Limited, it will work as a central record keeper, means it will keep all the records of the people that are part of NPS. Okay, not only NPS but also APY. Please mind APY में भी आपका National Security Depository System will act as a CRK. ठीक है, आपका सेंट्रल रिकॉर्ड कीपर की तरह वो एक्ट करेगा. ठीक है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट देर आर ऑल्सो, व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट key features, there is also one term that I want to highlight, that is PRAN. It is also called permanent retirement accountment number. So similarly everybody have Aadhaar card, right? And that is it, their unique identity. They have this unique number that has been assigned to them. Similarly, there for every subscriber there is a unique number that has been given, that is known as permanent retirement account number. And this is portable and can be used from any location in India. So specially, and it has been observed in the case of government employees, that usually in them there is a lot of transfer that happens, right? So what if they want to do some update, or what if they want to deposit money, or there are various banking formalities that happen, right? So that is why this PRAN is a portable, so that is why it can be utilized, this particular number, it can be utilized all across the India. ठीक है. So that is one more thing. And lastly, NPS is structured in 2 tiers. What does it mean? So what we have understood, that all employees, if they are willing or if they are not willing, they still would have to be part of NPS. ठीक है. One thing is that. Another thing is, but there is some tiers that have been made under NPS. What does it mean? So there are 2 tiers. So first one is compulsory. Okay, so first tier is compulsory and non-withdrawal. What does it mean? It means that you have to do if you are a government employee, and you cannot withdraw money beforehand. Okay, whatever be the criteria, we'll just look at it in case of premature withdrawal or exit, but you cannot just withdraw anything or everything from this account, and this is compulsory. Now there is another tier also. For example, some employees, they want to save more for the future. Maybe they are well off or anything, they want to save more for the future. In such case, they can go for second tier also. So second tier is your non-compulsory, because it is voluntary. Basically it is voluntary if you want to add or save more. Another thing is, then it is withdrawable, because there was no compulsion in this one. This is what you were doing on your own, that is why also this is withdrawable also. ठीक है, तो two tier structure है. First is compulsory and non-withdrawable, another one is non-compulsory and withdrawable. ठीक है, I hope till now you understood everything. Now let's talk about some national pension system tax benefits. ठीक है, you must be aware, or if you are not aware, so see, basically under 80C, so there is a particular section, we have 80C, under which you can get tax benefit. So basically, for example, if your income is 7 lakh per annum, okay, 1.5 lakh is automatically deducted. Means it not automatically deducted, you can show some of your investment, and if you are under under LIC or anything, but that's a separate thing. Okay, basically what the basic idea you have to keep in mind, whatever annual income you have, 1.5 lakh, it can it should be it is deducted before analyzing are you do you have to pay tax or not. ठीक है, तो वो जो 1.5 लिमिट है वो तो डिडक्ट हो ही जाती है अंडर 80C. बट इफ यू आर अंडर नेशनल पेंशन सिस्टम, this addition to this amount which will be deducted 1.5 lakh, ठीक है, जो आपका डिडक्ट होता ही है, you can get additional tax deduction of rupees 50 lakh. Okay, how to understand, let's look at it. ठीक है, for example, you have 9 lakh per annum income. ठीक है, now taxable slot कितना है, 7 lakh है. इस ईयर से, इस फाइनेंशियल ईयर, we have 7 lakh है ना taxable slot. Now in this 9 lakh, 1.5 lakh was deducted by this 80C. ठीक है, 80 लाख इतना तो डिडक्ट हो ही जाता है. कितना बचा अभी है, ये बचा आपका 7.5, 7 अच्छा, ये तो पहले ही हो गया आपका. इसको कर लो या तो 9.5 कर दो. ठीक है, इसको कर दो 9.5 लाख. ठीक है, 9.5 लाख में आपने डिडक्ट करा, ये बच गया आपका, इसको 9 लाख कर दूं. अच्छा सही था, आई एम सॉरी, आई एम बैड एट मैथ, बट सी 9 लाख हो गया, 8 लाख आपको हो जाएगा, 7.5 लाख बचा है ना. तो आपका ये डिडक्ट होके 7.5 लाख हो गया. नाउ इफ यू वर अंडर NPS, तो आपको 50,000 का आपको और डिडक्शन मिल जाता है. ठीक है, 50,000 रिडक्शन यू मस्ट हैव गॉट. सो नाउ दैट वुड हैव फर्दर रिड्यूस टू 7 lakh, and then you would not have to pay any taxes. Okay, or if it was more than, if you are 12 lakh, 13 lakhs, of course the deduction which will be done overall of 2 lakh, that will be done. ठीक है, so this overall of 2 lakh that will be done, so of course you would have to pay lesser tax, okay, than you would have to pay if you were not under NPS. ठीक है, so what do we get from it? Basically it means that additional tax deduction you will get of 50,000. ठीक है, I hope that is pretty much clear. Another very important tax benefit you are going to get under is what happens, see, whenever you reach the retirement age, you do not get all money. Basically what happens, 60% of the money you can withdraw, and rest 40% you get as pension. ठीक है, rest 40 you get a pension. So initially what was there, initially out of this 60%, 40% was non-taxable, and you had to pay tax on this 20%, the rest of the 20%. ठीक है, now what has government done, government has increased this non-taxable limit from 40 to 60%. What does it mean? That if you are withdrawing all of 60%, right, because see, in some cases, one second, there's some issue with the camera. I'm just switching it off. Okay, let's continue with the session. So what I was saying that, yeah, so initially if you were buying if you were getting 60%, ठीक है, अगर आपको if you were withdrawing 60%, for 40 you would have to pay, it was non-taxable, but for that 20% you did not have to pay tax. But now the limit has been increased to 60%, means the overall withdrawal you will do that of 60%, ठीक है, that will be non-taxable, and this rest 40% you are anyway getting as a pension. ठीक है, तो by this what the government has done to attract more people under NPS, they have basically, in a way you can say that the withdrawal from pension system is now 100% tax free. Even the withdrawal is 100% tax free. I hope you understand, because of this 20% which you had to pay earlier, but now you do not have to pay. ठीक है. Now what are the withdrawal and exit rules? Let's look at it. And this is in the normal case. What does it mean? In case of if somebody is 65 above, if the people who have enrolled after 65 years of age, then in that case there are some other rules. But in the cases, in the normal scenarios, there are 4 types from which you can actually withdraw your money. First is superannuation. Superannuation is your normal case. You have reached the retirement age 60%, maximum to 60% you can withdraw. ठीक है. Above you cannot withdraw above 60%. So maximum of 60% you can withdraw as a lump sum, and rest for 40% you can choose any plan that how do you want to get pension. Okay, so that is your 40%. This is a normal method. For premature and partial withdrawal, there are some norms which we'll look at it. Now next is after that. So after that, what happened? Whatever be the lump sum, that is directly given to the nominee. So in the case of APY, Atal Pension Yojana, we observe that how in Atal Pension Yojana we observed about the spouse and nominees getting a chance if they want to invest in the scheme or not, right? But in this case it is not like that. Only the lump sum will be given to the employee and they can't continue with the scheme. Okay, next is about partial withdrawal. ठीक है, अब ये देखते हैं premature exit and partial withdrawal को थोड़ा ढंग से समझते हैं. Okay, coming to the premature exit, first of all it is very important to know that you cannot exit from national pension system before 10 years. So you can only exit after completing of 10 years. Okay, now in that case also, depending on how much you have actually submitted, there are 2 possibilities. ठीक है, first of all the case is if the corpus, whatever amount that you have in your NPS account, is it equal or less than 1 lakh. तो एक केस है where you have amount maximum to 1 lakh. Another case is there where you have account more than in your account you have corpus more than 1 lakh. Okay, so in this it is about more than 1 lakh. ठीक है, I'll answer your doubt. Please let me just first complete it. ठीक है, now in case of if you have amount till 1 lakh, in such cases a subscriber can get the option of complete withdrawal. In that case they can completely withdraw. The subscriber can completely withdraw the money only after 10 years. Very important to remember. And if the accumulated corpus it is more than 1 lakh, in such cases you have to keep in mind that you can only withdraw 20% of it. You cannot get 100% withdrawal. In such cases where your corpus it is more than 1 lakh, after 10 years, in that time period only 20% can be withdrawn. Rest 80% you will get after your retirement only. So ये काफ़ी important चीज़ है to keep in mind. ठीक है, आपको 80% बाद में ही मिलेगा. You will get this 80% after you only 20% you will get as withdrawn lump sum. ठीक है, this was the case of premature exit which can only be done after 10 years. Next is about partial withdrawal. So what is in the case of partial withdrawals? Means you are not actually exiting the scheme, but you need some amount, you need some money. And very important to remember is partial withdrawal can only be done under special circumstances. What is the special circumstances? For example, if somebody is severely ill or some operations need to be done that is related to health, that requires some money, that is unavoidable circumstances, only in such cases partial withdrawal will be done. ठीक है, and for that also there is a minimum time period, and that is of at least 3 years you should have completed in the scheme. So after only 3 years you can go for partial withdrawal, and in that also maximum of 3 times throughout the time period of you or the subscriber reaching the retirement age. Throughout that time period only 3 times partial withdrawal can be done, and that too after 3 years of completion of joining NPS. And here's one more thing to note down, that the 3-year rule means this particular partial withdrawal rule, it is not applicable if you want the money for self-development activities. So means for that the money will not be provided. Money will only be provided under severe circumstances. Okay, and that too only 3 times, and that too after completion of 3 years. Okay, so now this was the general case, but what about the people who are 65 and above? Because in that case we can't expect them to wait for 10 years, and that too for partial withdrawal, right? That is why for them some other rules have been made. What are these rules? These rules are normal exit will be after 3 years. Okay, so for in that we looked at you should reach your retirement age, right? And if you want to do premature exit, there were 10 years rule, but here it is no such condition. Normal exit will be after 3 years. They are allowed. After that only up to 60% tax free withdrawal can be made by the subscriber. What does it mean? That after 3 years they can go for 100% of money what they have submitted, because again it's about the time period they might be having, right? So they can withdraw 100%, but then they would have to pay some tax. So 60% will be non-taxable, but for 40% they, for this 40% they would have to fill टैक्स, ठीक है? तो उनके लिए क्या है, 3 साल बाद सब कुछ निकाल सकते हैं, दे कैन एक्सट्रैक्ट एवरीथिंग, बट ओनली 60% विल बी टैक्सेबल, 40% विल बी नॉट, ठीक है? अब इसमें भी दो क्राइटेरिया है, इसमें मेन क्राइटेरिया कॉर्पस इज इक्वल टू और लेस देन 5 लाख, ठीक है? अगर द अमाउंट इज इट इज इक्वल और लेसर टू 1 लाख, इन दैट केस 60% ऑफ विड्रॉल विल बी कंसिडर्ड टैक्स फ्री. इसमें भी सेम चीज है, मे आउट फॉर विड्रॉल फॉर द एंटायर accumulated if it is 5 lakh, ठीक है? if it is 5 lakh or less, in such cases they can take 100% out, but in that case again 60% will be withdrawable, and for the 40% they would have to pay the tax, ठीक है? Premature exit they can do before 3 years, ठीक है? in that we have certain criteria, ठीक है? what is the criteria? up to 20% tax free withdrawal, ठीक है? if, because 3 years, after 3 years they can withdraw money, okay, that would not be considered as premature exit. Why? Because that is the norms of the government of this NPS, but before 3 years if they want to withdraw, that will be considered as premature mature exit. In that case what should be done? Only 20% will be tax free. So in the normal exit we looked at 60% were tax free, right? But in case of premature exit only 20% is tax free. For rest of the percentage they would have to submit some tax, okay? And if the corpus is below 2.5 lakh, in that case 60% will be tax free and balance is taxable. So basically what we have understood, that in case of for the elders, okay, in case they have to pay some tax, till 60% it is tax free, but after that they would have to pay tax, ठीक है? if they are taking back lump sum amount, ठीक है? that is a basic understanding that we have submitted. And in case of premature exit only 20% is tax free, okay? So these all about the scheme, and again now we will look at it, ठीक है? So again if you look at the new NPS withdrawal system, so basically what has to be done, we have to smoothen the process of exit, okay? This is the basic idea of the government. That is why what they have done, that the documents have to be uploaded online on the on their NPS account. What are the documents? These are the 4. First of all, NPS withdrawal exit form abhi se they have to fill, so that once they reach that particular age then there would be no long procedure that happens, ठीक है? Identity and address proof as mentioned with the withdrawal form, they have to submit that also. Proof of bank account also have to give, and PRAN card copy. Now I hope you understand what this PRAN is, and it is easier for you to understand this particular news as well. तो PRAN की card copy भी करनी होगी, ठीक है? Next is about guaranteed pension. The central government employees get NPS to OPS switch option. So this is one time switch option, please note down, one time switch option it is there. Next time we will cover, in next one we will cover OPS only, right? Because high chances question can be asked because it is in news. Along with that it is also related to pension, right? So that is why we will cover in the next session. Next section however will be revision session, uske baad we will do OPS, ठीक है? So we are going to do that. Another important is about PFRDA. We know that PFRDA administers NPS, right? Allow these investors for multiple annuity. Annuity is nothing but the pension that you get, no? So the amount per month or per year or however you have taken the plan, okay? So that is known as annuity. So now what the PFRDA has said, PFRDA has said that if the people, the beneficiary who earmark the annuity corpus more than 10 lakh, ठीक है? तो अगर more than 10 lakh they have the corpus with them, wherein 5 lakh is utilized, means half of it. Because see, 60% withdrawal which we talk about, this is the maximum you can do. If somebody wants to do lesser than that, that is also welcomed by the organization, ठीक है? So now to the people who have more than 10 lakh corpus in the corpus, okay, and these beneficiaries, they are willing to utilize 5 lakh to buy annuities, means half of it they are willing to buy as annuities. In such cases these investors can buy multiple annuities. Basically they can buy more than one plan as pension, okay? Because there are more amount, so that amount can be utilized in different way. They can approach to different companies, different insurance companies, or different other these pension holders companies, and they can approach for different plans, okay? So third important news was this. Now next is about NPS withdrawal, which we have understood initially it would used to take 4 days and now it has been reduced to 2 days. Okay, so that is all in this particular scheme. There are two homework that I'm giving you, two homework question. Please pause the video and try to answer them. Very important, and the type, the in RBI examination it comes. Okay, these are the toppers of last session. Sophia said the right answer, Devil, Chandra C is the incorrect, because there a particular time period 10 years have been added, that exit can only be done after that. But what we have realized, if you look at today's session, 10 years criteria is for NPS and not APY. Okay, Sujata said the right answer, Suraj said the right answer, Anusha, we have grade B, Rishabh saying the right answer, and we have Prasenjit saying the right answer. Welcome Thakur. Then we have Lavanya saying the right answer, Pirate saying the right answer, Rekha saying the right answer. Kishore, see, there's no use of compiling all the schemes which are under Modi government, because only the ones which are in news for 3 to 4 years only, that will be asked in your examination. So that's the unnecessary thing that you will be studying. Chahat said the right answer. Okay, there's no such restrictions. Okay, Raj Jakir saying the right answer, and thank you so much for your kind words. We have Anupam saying the right answer, and then Yogi saying the right answer to this. So these are all the toppers, and if you like the session, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can also join our Telegram channel to get the PDF of this and every lecture that we provide here on YouTube. And thank you everyone. Learn SSC, this scheme we covered back in 2022, March 2022, right? So it's in news, and we have looked at 4 very important news because of which it can be asked in examination. Now not most of the aspirants, they will go back in the government scheme playlist to look at this particular video. That is why it has been revised. You can say, if you have already seen, so it's kind of a revision that have been done for you, and to the aspirants who have not watched it before, it will be like new. And this is very important, because as we have seen, there are 4 important updates that have been done. Thank you mechanic, it really means a lot. So I think that's it. If yeah, mechanic, I would agree with you. It's not Modi government. It's first of all, it's government of India, and it's BJP. If you want to be specific, BJP India. I don't know if they are in coalition or alone, but yes, it's government of India. Yes, mechanic, I agree with you. So I think that's it, and thank you everyone for watching the session. Please study properly. Please don't take RBI Grade B lightly, and all the very best for your examination, and thank you.